Oh, it's made by humans. So I'm Sam.
And I'm Nessa, and together we are Sam and Nessa. And what do? We're woodworkers and creators. For me, I trained in furniture design and manufacture, and I had a small workshop in Dublin just before the recession. And when the recession hit, I downed tools basically because there wasn't very much business, and moved over to the UK because I wasn't a very good maker. I was a very enthusiastic maker, but just not a very good one. And there was a really good course in High Wycombe in furniture design and everything furniture, wasn't it? And that's where I met Sam. So I think we were there about 4 years before we actually met. So I went on to do furniture, a master's in furniture design, and didn't improve my making skills, so then went on to do loads of different making courses because it was an amazing university for furniture, really famous. And I, in the process, cut up a really valuable chair while making an upcycle project, which was fine, but it was a big learning curve. So they had an amazing restoration course in the university, and it was one of the lecturers who kind of pointed out that I had butchered a really valuable chair.
So I left school at 16 and got an apprenticeship as a joiner. I loved it. I'd started a course in carpentry and joinery and then managed to get myself an apprenticeship sort of halfway through that year. So I finished the year and then did 3 years as an apprentice. And I realised I was so lucky I fell on my feet because I was trying to get an apprenticeship as an electrician, as a plumber, anything. And by the time I'd finished, I realised I had to do more, and I'd kind of made a mess of school. But I knew I had to study more, so I decided to go to college. And I wanted to do furniture design. I got accepted onto an HND, which I did, I loved, and then I moved on to a degree course in furniture conservation and restoration. So while I did my degree course, in the summers I was working out at the university making furniture for some of the lecturers that had businesses on the side. So I really developed my skills in being able to work with designers as a maker, which was kind of fun.
So we are really passionate about sustainability. Obviously, that's the way everybody has to operate these days, but we would always have been very concerned about using like virgin timber that was cut down and milled just for furniture or whatever we're going to use. It's a terrible way of saying it, but basically we always strive to use the most sustainably sourced timber, and we found kiln-dried hardwood in Wicklow, who's Neil Willis, and he has this incredible mobile sawmill. It's so beautiful, and he'll travel around the country, and if there's a wind-fallen tree, the farmer or whoever owns it will contact him. He'll go and collect it, he'll convert it, which basically is this huge chainsaw that cuts it into these big slices. He'll kill and dry it, and we'll go up, and it's like a bit of a sweet shop. So we can choose from all these incredible timbers from across the country. And the nice thing about it is that every time Neil will know about the history of that, even the tree or where it's come from, or the homestead which it was on. So we always get a little bit of that personal kind of interest in each tree, and I think that's quite nice for us to have the story behind it.
Yeah, we also have got into more recently using reclaimed materials. We have some big pieces of pitch pine that came from Belfast Dock, for example. We've got some, we're making a table at the moment. The tabletop is some reclaimed southern yellow pine, which makes us feel a lot better. You know, sometimes it's hard to justify. Well, it's certainly hard to justify using virgin materials. The wind-blown stuff is coming down anyway. That's easier to swallow, but we do like taking used stuff and finding a repurpose for it.
Our favourite part of the process would be, for me, I suppose it's when you get that initial idea and that you're really excited to show you and explain it, but it's coming into the workshop and getting a scrap of timber and trying to mock it up and then having Sam look at it for 2 seconds and just go, oh, okay, no, I get it, but what if you did this? And then by the end of the session, we've come up with something that we just really love, and it's so exciting, and it's like, it is the best. Although it is lovely to see when when we start to produce those products, to see them come out. But I just do think, I don't know about you, but that excitement that you get in your stomach at the beginning when you've had an idea, then you can just see, and then the other person perfects it. I love that. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I quite like, we coppice a little bit of timber from our garden. We're on about an acre. And going out and selecting that and cutting that down, the process of that is really nice. And then when you bring that, so we use that, we turn some little candle holders, very thin, so that you can see the light coming through the timber. They're really lovely things. But the process of that is quite nice because it's from plant, you know, and it's sycamore, so it's sort of, we have tons of them in the garden. They're all young kind of saplings, so they regenerate themselves. Coppicing is this 5,000-year-old process of harvesting timber, and so it's lovely to bring it in. We turn it green, so you get the spray, you know. But going and selecting that's really, really nice, you know, because it's nice to be out in the wild, and, well, I say wild, in the garden, but you hear the birds, and you know, you're in nature almost. My favourite piece I've ever made is something I made very recently, and I don't turn very often. I'm not a very good word turner, but I love it. And we actually went to Bloom, and I took this walnut bowl that I didn't want to sell, but I thought it would just look nice on the shelf, and I priced it so it wouldn't sell. My brother-in-law was looking after the stand, and I went off to get a coffee, and I got a picture come through on my phone with a laughing emoji saying it's sold. And I came storming back to the stand just as the couple were walking off with my beautiful walnut bowl. But I was delighted to sell it, you know.
I'm really bad at falling in love with everything, and giving anything away is always always hard. But we have done, I think, the benches. We do these beautiful firm benches, just like really like based in the Irish vernacular, just really simple, functional pieces of furniture, like a bench and a day bed, but just made from really beautiful oak. And I just absolutely loved them. And I was so sad to see them go, but we do make them every now and then. But I think they're one of my favourite things to make and to have. I love all the small products too. I think they're really good fun, but those bigger pieces that are just so functional and just simple and beautiful, I love them. They fill me with happiness. I feel completely unaffected by AI because I'm such a technophobe. I don't speak for both of us. You are much better than me, but I do, we hear all those stories about AI generated, like in the universities, that people are doing their papers and nobody's like doing a lot of the work for themselves, and there's all these worries about AI taking over loads of people's jobs. I mean, I can't see how they could possibly take over what we do. So in that way, I feel very insulated from it. Maybe that's just my naivety and not actually understanding fully the capabilities of AI.
I think AI should be considered a tool. If somehow AI could assist me in my job, it would be doing the work that I didn't want to do. I would be left to do the creative work. You know, that's how I see AI being used, as a tool. Advice for somebody looking to get back into creativity or something creative is do it. Do anything. Just
do it. Pick
up a pencil and doodle. Anything. Go and do a course. Anything. You will not regret it.
I think if there's a business, like, we are always so excited if somebody comes and talks to us or sends us an email or wants to come out and visit us, because we are so passionate about what we do, and I think loads of creative people are the exact same, that if anybody shows an interest, you really want to encourage it and nurture it. So we've had loads of people come out to the workshop who have just been away from it for so long. All they need is that little push to get back into it, or a little word of encouragement, or a tiny bit of advice. And there's people like us who are just dying to talk to people in the first place. It can be quite solitary working in a workshop. You're always really happy to talk to somebody. Plus, you get loads from somebody else coming in and taking from their energy and things like that. So it's a two-way process. But I would say, like, look around, see if there's anything you're interested in your vicinity and go to talk to those people. Like, if people were around Athy and wanted to call out to us, as they have done, we would be so delighted to have them here and to like help in any way to get them started. And then, yeah, there's courses where you meet other people, even if like the one we've been to do like drawing courses and things that aren't like woodwork. And from that, you meet loads of other people and you get into all sorts of different creative situations. So yeah, get out there, do it.